Hi everybody, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator from Kansas. And believe it or not, this is the first Thursday in September. So we have now entered the burr months. It doesn't feel very burr outside today, but it's coming. And that means it's also the first day. Goodness. Take my stamps that got themselves stuck to here, put it back. First day of our September featured stamp set. And we are using More Than Autumn. Here's our pile of papers that are cut and ready to go. We will be making a card with the basic black cardstock. Not sure why I cut two, but we're only using one. So there you have it. Put it aside until we're ready for it. We're using basic beige for the inside, but also we'll need it for some stamping in a bit. If you find you have little wispies along the edge of your paper that your trimmer left behind, just take a nail file and file them right off of there. That means it's about time for me to change the blade. But I didn't do it before this card, so. And we have white to do some stamping on. And then I have some Designer Series paper, both from the Iconic Celebrations and also from Autumn Splendor. And we will be doing some die cutting out of that one, but these two pieces are for later, for the front of the card. Okay, so let me get ready to get some stamping done. We will be stamping 2 cups. And I'm going to stamp them. Trying to decide. I think in black. We're going to be doing some coloring on these cups as well. Then one of them is going to have like a whipped topping on top. So we'll be using, I think we can use the Cajun Craze for this one. And I might break out a blender pen just as I stamp this, because I'm going to want a little bit of the color in there, but not a ton. So while that ink is still wet, let me break out my blender pen and we'll draw some of it into the center of the whipped topping. It's time for me to break out a new blender pen pack. My pens had gotten pretty tiny. Now this is partly white, but I want just a bit of what I am pretending is like a caramel or maybe some flecks of nutmeg. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my apple and my pumpkin. And my cinnamon stick. So we'll be stamping the pumpkin with the Cajun Craze as well. And then pulling more of that color into the inside of the pumpkin, because the whole thing will be a Cajun Craze color. Then I'm gonna pull out my cherry cobbler ink. And do the exact same thing with my apple. A little more ink on that, because I'm going to want to draw that cherry cobbler into the apple itself. When you want a little more color with your blender pen, just take your stamp pad and squeeze it in the middle. You are making yourself a palette of the ink right here. And then you can pick some more up and add it to the inside of your image. And then finally, I'm going to do the same thing with the cinnamon stick. Using pecan pie ink, I'm going to stamp it and then pull in the color with my blender pen. And there we go. Okay, I think that's all that I need to stamp on that. But I'm also going to stamp our sentiment on the basic beige. And this is kind of an involved sentiment. Different stamping, different stamps. I'm going to stamp the top. It says grateful, it's finally. And then we're going to stamp in a lot of different colors on this. Using the cherry cobbler, we're going to stamp apple. And then close that up, and using the black, we're going to stamp the ampersand. And using the Cajun Craze, I'm going to stamp pumpkin. And I have the word season out, but I don't see it. Maybe I didn't get it out. Maybe it's sticking to the back of something somewhere. So I'll look for it here in a minute. Okay, I'm going on a hunt for the word season. It's not on the back of the stamp set. Is it still inside? Yes, it's still in here. I didn't get it out. I just thought I did. There's a piece of pie on there. I'm pretty excited about that. How big is this? 3 inches. I think I can stamp a season on the edge of it and it'll still be fine. It's not the line, but we don't care. Actually, we might care, but yeah, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. And I'm trimming right along the bottom of season. and right along the edge here. And it's going to cover up some pumpkins. So I'm just going to cut season right off of here. And we will stick it right under it. Okay, so there's those. And now it's time to get out my dies and my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. As I'm trying to squish my paper trimmer back where it belongs. Okay. Gonna need one more die I didn't get out earlier. I did not get the die out for the cinnamon stick, which might be this one. There's also some of the same words that I stamped are available as die cuts as well. So you could change your mind on whatever it is you want. Before we die cut, I am going to color in my cups. As I fill all my markers on the floor. Okay. Using some of the natural markers, and I'm going to be using a lighter color for the cup itself, and then we're going to actually, what am I gonna do here? I might do for the label the lighter color. For the labels, we are using the lighter color. And then I'm going to use a darker color for the cups themselves. I could make up a fun color, but we're just not going to do that today. Gotta use SU 400, maybe. At least for the top and the bottom. really dark. Maybe. Just, yeah. Look at a 500 for the cup itself. And I'm going to get out a little green marker to take care of that leaf on the apple. And then we'll do our die cut. There it is. Okay. Get this all set up with my washi tape. And I may want to do a little more stamping on the inside. In fact, I think I do. I want to put an apple and a pumpkin on the inside of the card. Apple, and I'm not going to color these in. They're just going to be the outlines. And where did I put that pumpkin? Here he is. And the pumpkin. Okay, now it is time to put the card together. I about had a heart attack. I couldn't find that guy. So we're going to glue our basic beige onto the inside of the card. And then on the outside, first we are putting our spots. I didn't even think because I wanted to slip this circle in under there. So I'm going to do that next. And then our pumpkins. Right at the top of our spots. Okay, and now we're going to build with our dies, everything we cut out. And I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals to help with some of the building. Because we're putting the pumpkin and the apple on the label so that you know which drink you got just by looking. And then I am putting a tiny bit of glue on the back of my apple cup to glue my cinnamon stick in. So it looks like I have a cinnamon stick popping out of the top of my apple cider. Then you always gotta have whipped cream on your pumpkin stuff. I mean, yeah, of course you do. So, pie, latte, ice cream, blizzard treat, anything needs to have a little bit of whipped cream stuck on the top there. And so there we have that. Now, I'm going to put some dimensionals. Actually, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Because I'm putting dimensionals on my sentiment. So, what should I do? Maybe I'm just going to glue down my drinks. That's what I'm doing. We're putting pumpkin over here and apple leaning the other direction. Now, sentiment time, and we are attaching these with dimensionals. So let me get a couple of dimensionals, maybe 3, on this part of the sentiment. And sticking this one, that dimensional has no sticky on it. Maybe I just need a couple of tiny ones. Make sure you put the words right side up. And we'll put it right there like that. And here's the first card made with the More Than Fall bundle. We have a pumpkin drink and apple cider. And there's the inside, pumpkin and apple. I hope you enjoyed this.